Hello everyone, myself Professor Vijayalakshmi, Assistant Professor, Department of Civil Engineering, KLS Media IT, Haryana. So let's start with today's discussion on first module, that is building material, lecture number 5. So I welcome you all for the lecture series on building material and construction 18 CB 34. So let's start with today's discussion on cement concrete blocks, its manufacturing process, autoclave aerated blocks, sizes and the requirement of the block. So what is the learning outcome of today's lecture? At the end of the lecture, student will have a better understanding of manufacturing of cement concrete and autoclave aerated concrete blocks, its sizes and requirement of block which is required in the construction field. So these are the course content covered in the previous lecture. Classification of the bricks based on the quality, field and laboratory test on bricks, compressive strength of the brick, water absorption test on brick, efflorescence, dimension and warpage of the brick. So let's start with the cement concrete blocks. So here cement concrete blocks, hollow or solid bricks and blocks are very popular and is used in building construction throughout the country because of having many advantages such as durability, strength, stability, fire resistance, insulation and sound absorption. So here cement concrete blocks have an attractive appearance and are readily adaptable to any style of architecture. It has wide variety of surface finish for both exterior and interior walls. The blocks are used for both load bearing and non-load bearing walls, and it has very used for different types of structure, for load bearing structure and for framed structure. So it is commonly used in low rise residential and office building, bungalow, shelter for rural housing, institutional building, godown, etc. In frame structure, it can be used for high-rise residential apartment, office buildings, complex, hospital, hotel, etc. So here how the cement concrete bricks are prepared. So before going to the manufacturing process, first you have to study about the raw materials used for the preparation. So here what are the raw materials used? The main advantage of concrete block is their strength and can be engineered based on the requirement. The strength of the brick will be 15 to 20% as compared to the normal bricks. So these blocks are 4 to 5 times bigger than the burnt brick. These blocks are used for both load bearing and non-load bearing wall. The hilly states of India have high humidity, dampness and rainfall. The blocks are much useful for regions such as Himachal Pradesh, Jammu Kashmir, Uttar Pradesh, etc. These blocks are made out of these masonry stone chips. With the use of these blocks in masonry, there is a saving in the cement, steel, timber, time and labor as compared with the burnt bricks. Therefore, the cost of the construction is also less. The saving can be made. So next we'll study about the raw materials. So in this case, what are the different raw materials used in the construction? All the raw materials required by the unit are available throughout the year. The raw materials can also be procured from the nearby district or from other states. The stock and procurement period is for a period of 10 days. The details of the requirement for 100 capacity utilization in the unit is more for as compared to the table molded or ground molded bricks. So here concrete is used as a main ingredient. So it consists of mixture of Portland cement, mineral aggregate, so that is stone and stone chips, and water. The water used in preparing the concrete serve two purposes. It combines with cement to form hardened paste. It lubricates the aggregate to form a plastic and workable mass. The water that combined with the cement varies from 22 to 28% of the total amount of mixing water in the concrete. The mineral aggregate can be divided into two fractions. So the aggregates passing 4.75 and aggregates retained on 4.75. So both natural sand, that is fine aggregate, and coarse aggregate can be used. So here crushed stone chips broken into particle size passing through 4.75 mm may also be used as a fine aggregate. The maximum size of the coarse aggregate that can be used in cement concrete hollow block is 12.5 mm. The particle size of the coarse aggregate should not exceed 1/3 of the thinnest web of the hollow block. Ordinary Portland cement is the cementing material used in the cement concrete hollow blocks. Cement is the highest priced material. The fine and coarse aggregate are combined in such proportion the resulting concrete is workable and has minimum cement content for the desired quality. So let's start with the manufacturing process of the concrete blocks. So here the process of manufacture of cement concrete blocks involve 5 different stages: proportioning, mixing, compacting, curing and drying. For proportioning, determination of suitable amount of raw material needed to produce concrete of desired quality under given condition of mixing, placing and curing is known as proportioning. As per the Indian standard specification, the combined aggregate content in the concrete mixed used for making hollow blocks should not be more than 6 parts to 1 part by volume of Portland cement. If this ratio is taken in terms of weight basis, this may average approximately at 1.7, that is cement is to aggregate. So here the water content ratio of 0.62 by weight basis can be used for concrete blocks. And next is the mixing. Mixing is one of the important step in manufacturing process. The cement, water are combined completely to form a paste which cover the surface of the aggregate. All the raw material including water are collected in a concrete mixer which is rotated for 1.5 minutes. The prepared mix is discharged from the mixer and consumed within 30 minutes. So the mixing material, that is the main ingredients for mixing, include mixing of the aggregates, cement and water to form a proper paste. Compacting. So in case of compacting, the purpose of compacting is to fill all the air pockets with concrete as a whole without movement of free water through the concrete. Excessive compaction would result in the formation of water pockets or layer with a high water content and poor quality of the product. Next is, before going for the curing process, here semi-automatic vibrating table machines are widely used for making cement concrete hollow blocks. The machine consists of an automatic vibrating unit, a lever operated upon and up and down, metallic mold box and a stripper head contained in a framework. So here the mold box is lowered on to the pallet. You can take the 5 wooden pallets and kept on the vibrating platform of the machine, and after that the mold blocks or the mold box is lowered on the pallet. Concrete mix is poured in suitable proportion. So here it is poured in the mold and evenly leveled. The motorized vibrating causes the concrete to settle down the mold by approximately 1.5 to 1:3/4 inch. More of the concrete is then racked across the mold level. The stripper head is placed over the mold to bear on the leveled material. Vibration causes the concrete to come down to its limit position. Then the mold box is lifted by the lever. The molded hollow block resting on the pallet is removed and new pallet is placed on the process, and the same process will be repeated. The machine can accommodate interchangeable mold for producing blocks of different sizes of hollow and solid block. The next part is the curing. So in case of curing, hollow blocks removed from the mold or protected until they are sufficiently hardened to permit handling without damage. This may take about 24 hours in a shelter away from the sun and wind. The hollow blocks, thus hardened, are cured in a curing yard to permit complete mechanism after for at least 21 days. When the hollow blocks are cured by immersing them in the water tank, water should be changed for at least 4 days. The greatest strength benefit occur during first 3 days and valuable effects are secured up to 10 to 14 days. The longer the curing time, the better is the strength. So next is the drying process. So in case of drying, concrete shrink slightly with loss of moisture. It is therefore essential that after curing is over, the block should be allowed to dry out gradually in shade so that initial drying shrinkage of the block is completely or completed before they are used in the construction work. Hollow blocks are stacked with their cavities horizontal to facilitate through passage of air. The period of 7 to 15 days of drying will bring the block to the desired degree of dryness to complete their initial shrinkage. After this, the blocks are ready for use in the construction work. So next part is the autoclave aerated concrete blocks. So in case of autoclave aerated blocks, this type of blocks was used since 20th century in the field of construction. It is a precast and lightweight building material that also provide safe structure, insulation and fire mold resistant brick. Autoclave aerated block is a unique type of construction material due to its excellent heat, fire and sound resistance. In autoclave aerated block, the primary ingredients are fly ash, cement, water, quicklime, aluminum powder and gypsum. So in this case, gypsum provide long-term strength to the block. Aluminum paste chemical reaction provide autoclave aerated block its distinct porous structure, lightness and insulation properties. In these type of blocks is 2.5 times lighter compared to the conventional brick. While providing similar strength and specific gravity around 0.6 to 0.65, autoclave aerated blocks offer 30 to 35% saving of structural steel and concrete as these blocks reduce the dead load on the building significantly. So in this case, manufacturing process of autoclave block. So first is the raw material preparation. So here the raw material sources and availability of the aerated block will be explained. Fly ash, lime, ordinary Portland cement, gypsum, aluminum powder. So these are the raw materials which can be used. And after that, What are the raw materials used in the preparation for that? So we'll study with the raw materials. Fly ash is one of the major constituent of this product. Thermal power plants use coal for producing the fly waste, that is waste material. Thermal power plant is the which is obtained from the Raichur thermal power plant. So that fly ash can be used in this process, which is freely available to use. The manufacturer has only to bear the transportation cost of the fly ash. Next is the lime. Active powdered lime is required for giving aeration to the block. For the production of the block, we can buy the active lime directly from the market. Various qualities of lime are available in the market depending on the raw material. The mixed design can be chosen to get the optimal quality of production. Next is the ordinary Portland cement. Ordinary Portland cement is used as a main binder material in block. The main function is to produce or provide early strength to the block and also ensure a better cost effectiveness of the same. Ordinary Portland cement is easily available in the local market in a major reason for using autoclave aerated block manufacturing. Next is the gypsum. So it is an industrial byproduct of fertilizer plant and also easily available material. Gypsum provide a long-term strength to the block. Next is the aluminium powder. It is used to make lightweight products. Aluminium powder is added of 0.05%, which is too small amount. It reacts with silica and active lime based material to make the aeration and making in very light product. So what are the different raw materials which is used in manufacturing this process? The coal fly ash is filled in slurry preparing pond by wheel loader, where fly ash slurry is prepared of concentration adding rated water, which will be pumped into slurry tank to be stored and ready for the use. Quick lime, the active lime powder, as is studied earlier, is stored in the lime silo and ready to be used by bucket elevator after coming into the factory. Gypsum is stored in the upper shed, will be added into the slurry pond according to the required proportion while preparing a slurry. Cement is received by trucks and directly pumped into cement silo to be used. Aluminium powder paste. The aluminium powder added to the mixer to prepare 5% suspended liquid to be used. Next step of manufacturing of autoclave aerated block is the process of dosing and mixing. In this process of manufacturing, assuring the quality of the product by adding an accurate amount of raw material in the mixer and maintaining the ratio of the ingredients. So here fly ash or sand is to lime, is to cement, is to gypsum. So what should be the quantity here? 69 is to 20 is to 8 is to 3. Aluminium is 0.05% of the total material in the mix. Water ratio 0.6 to 0.5, 0.6 to 0.65. The cycle of mixing and pouring is 5.5 minutes. For this mixing, fly ash is fed or filled in the container, and as the desired weight is poured in, pumping is stopped. In the similar manner, cement, lime powder and gypsum are poured in individual container. After that, you have to study about casting, rising and curing. So in this process, what happens? Before going for that one, once all the dosing and mixing is to be done, all the materials are filled in the individual container in required amount, and the aluminum feeding is also done by using the bowl type structure attached as a part of the mixing unit. Once mixing of all raw materials is done for a specified time, a mix is ready to pour in molds. So the dosing unit fills a set quantity of mix into each mold. This process must be continuous without significant long gap. If there is a gap between charging and discharging of the ingredient, the residual mixing might start hardening and choke up the entire unit. This process is completely automated and require minimum human power. So here, next step is casting, rising and curing. After the above raw material mixed is ready to pour into the mold, these blocks can be of various size depending upon installed capacity, like 4.2 by 1.2 by 0.65 meter in size. Before pouring mold with the mix, molds are coated with the thin layer of oil in order to ensure that green cake does not stick to the mold. As we pour slurry in the mold, aluminium react with calcium hydroxide and water and release hydrogen gas. It leads to the formation of a small air pocket in the block. The air bubble size is 2.5 mm. This is the main reason behind lightweight and insulating properties of autoclave aerated block. After all this process is completed, the resulting product is to be cured for 9 days after casting. Demolding and cutting. Once a block has achieved cutting strength, it is ready to remold and cut as per the requirement. Autoclave aerated blocks are manufactured in long length strip during casting, and then it is cut to the required size and shape. Size and shape on the market demand will be done. Block cutting technologies also differ from machine unit provider also. So what are the advantages of autoclave aerated block? Fly ash is the main constituent of the autoclave aerated block manufacturing, which is a big problem for thermal power plant to dispose of. Reuse of fly ash is eco-friendly, that is environmental friendly, as no need of disposal of anywhere else. Autoclave aerated block has a better strength property, best thermal insulation and excellent sound absorption, vibration resistance compared to the red bricks. These bricks are lightweight, offer easy and quick handling and transporting with less breakage. So these are the different sizes as you studied. Next is the specification of the autoclave aerated blocks. So the value as well as the unit is given for the different parameter. Size will vary from 600 to 625. So 600 by 200, 625 by 200. Thickness will vary from 50 to 300 in terms of mm. Compressive strength. So here it is given in terms of Newton per mm square. Oven dry density 550 to 650 kg per meter cube. And thermal conductivity it is 0.1588, that is the unit which is provided, W per meter cube. So this is the summary of the today's lecture. Concrete blocks is primarily used as a building material in the construction of the wall. Many different raw materials can be used for making the block. So here the raw materials such as cement, gravel, water and sand are added. In case of autoclave aerated block, it is made with the fine aggregate, cement and an expansive agent that causes the fresh mix. This type of concrete consists 80% of the in the factory where it is made, the material is molded and cut into precise dimensional unit. And these are the reference link provided. You can go through it. Thank you.